Good afternoon. Everybody dreams about having a new home. Building one, what color paint will it have, what kind of fixtures will you have inside of it, or even remodeling the one that you live in now. We walk around our homes and look at them like, I really wish I could get new carpet, or I really wish I could replace that faucet, or these fans look dated. I work at Paint Etc. Now, one of the job that I have there is that I measure, sell, and install flooring in new homes, remodels, and commercial construction. So all day long, what I do is I work with homeowners that are looking to remodel their home or install flooring, tile showers, and backsplashes in their new construction. Now, there are several steps that we go through when we're attempting to put the flooring in the home and find out what it is that the customer wants. And what I want to do in this speech is I want to outline the processes that I go through when I'm getting new flooring, or trying to sell someone a tiled shower or a kitchen backsplash. Now, the first step that we use is we measure the space. Now, if it's a new home construction, we can use blueprints. And there's two different ways we can measure blueprints. One is a physical set of blueprints, and we take a ruler and we measure out the blueprints in each area of the home, depending on what kind of flooring is going in it. The other one is we can use a digital set of blueprints, which is really becoming the way that I do most of my work these days. Men email me, builders or homeowners email me their blueprints, and what I do is I put them into computer software or some online websites that allow me to go in and digitally measure the space based on what kind of flooring that they want to put in there. Now, if it's a remodel, it's a little bit different. We actually have to go out and physically measure the space. And when we go out there, the most important thing you want to do is you want to make sure you bring the right tools with you. One, there's really two that you need. You need a tape measure. Recommend one that's between 25 and 50 feet long, depending on the size of the rooms, because not every room is very small. Another one is a laser measuring tape. And what you do is you put that on the wall and you hit a button. It shoots a laser across to another wall, and it tells you the distance there. That's really good in existing homes because you're going to run into areas where there's lots of furniture or boxes or toys or whatever on the floor, and you're not always able to use a regular tape measure. Now, accurate measurements are extremely important when you're talking about measuring for flooring, or really for anything, but for our purposes today, we're going to talk about flooring. If you don't get an accurate measurement, you're not going to be able to order the right amount of material, and you're not going to be able to have the installation go smoothly. You're going to have to be reordering material and things of that nature. So make sure that you measure appropriately and accurately. They always say measure twice, cut once. Well, that adage is right in this business. You measure twice, you order once. So measurements are important when you're talking about it. And that's the first step. Now that we've talked about measuring the home, we want to talk about material selection. Now, material selection is the one thing that every homeowner really enjoys the most. This is where they come in, they sit down with me, and we go over what sort of material you want to put where, how it's going to look, and really get to dream about what your home is going to be and how it's going to look. Now, there's several different types of flooring material, but the most popular ones are wood, tile, ceramic or porcelain, laminate, carpet obviously, and then we call luxury vinyl plank or luxury vinyl tile. Each one of these types of flooring has a lot of subsections underneath it. So for tile, for instance, you'll have ceramic tile and you'll have porcelain tile. You'll have some that look like wood, some that look like stone, some that look like tile or concrete. Wood and laminate, they look like wood, like what they are. They don't vary too much, but there's many different colors and styles. It can be hand scraped, it can be traditional, it can be all different kinds. Carpet, different sizes, different weights, different colors. So there's many different subsections underneath each one of these materials. Now, when we're selecting materials, we also have to ask a couple of questions. The first is location. Where do you want this material to go? Do you want the carpet to go in the bedrooms, or do you want wood? If you have tile, where do you want the tile to go? If it's wood tile, you need to figure out which direction you want it to run. Do you want it to run long ways throughout the house? Do you want it to run side to side? If it's in a shower, how high do you want it to go? What pattern would you like it to use? Do you want it to look like bricks when it's on the ground? Or do you want it to lay in a diamond shape? Or do you want multiple sizes so you can do like a Versailles pattern? So many different questions. There's also a budget to think of. A lot of people have a budget when they go in. So different tile and different material has different pricing. So you're really going to want to make sure that you're trying to stay within the customer's budget. And I would encourage you to write down every single selection that you have. Write down every detail, be as specific as possible. Write down the color, the size, the name, and everything. So that way the customer is making sure that they're getting what they wanted. And after we've measured and after we've gone over material selection, we go to a formal proposal. So this is the point where I sit down and I come up with a total price that it's going to take to purchase and install the materials that they've selected. First thing I do is I get pricing. I usually call my vendors or a distributor, and I get the pricing for the specific materials that they've done for them located. The second one is I do a line item bid. I write down the price for what it would be with installation for each material they've selected in each area of their home. So the carpet's going to have a price, the tile will have a price, the showers will have their own bid, kitchen backsplash will have their own bid. The way that I do it is I do it line by line, and I break down every single price so that there's no question about what costs what and what is going where. So then I send the final the final proposal to the customer. Has the installation info, has the material information, has everything that they're going to need. But what I need for them is I need them to email back or come back to me and say, we approve of the bid. We make sure that they've gone over it, that they're sure of what they want. And once they do that, then we can get the, once we get the approval, then we can order the material and we can schedule the installation and we can begin the process of finalizing that home. So as you've seen, this is a real process that you have to go through to make sure that you get the job done correctly, that the customer ends up with ultimately what we talked about earlier, their dream of a beautiful home or a beautiful remodeled home or a new construction. I really recommend that you follow these steps, whether you're using a general contractor or whether you do it yourself, whether you're going to be purchasing the flooring on your own or whether you're going through somebody like me who does this for a living. It's super important that you follow each one of these steps so that you can make sure that you stay on budget, that you get the materials that you're looking for, and that the job ultimately is done correctly and you get the end result that you want, which is a beautiful home that's on budget. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much, and I hope you learned something today.